Hello and welcome. This is Samir again, Samir from Chatbot Marketing Center. And it's another day and I am live with, we are going to talk about messenger bots again. This time I'm going live on my profile. I'm experimenting different places to see where I can have more people join for these videos. So to recap again, welcome if you're joining, if you're watching the replay. I'm Samir Ranpara with Chatbot Marketing Center, and I'm doing this series of Facebook Live videos. I have been and I will be talking about messenger bots, how to build them from scratch, even if you don't know anything about them, even if you don't have technical skills, how to build messenger bots. So far in past videos, I've been building messenger bots. I've been showing steps. Hang on one second, let me see. So I've been showing you steps for building messenger bots from scratch. Give me one second. I am trying to figure out. Yeah, so I was saying I have been showing you steps how to build messenger bots from scratch, and we covered so far a few basic things like Facebook business page, how to hook up the bot, which tool, which platform to use to get started, and how to start teaching your bot to understand simple words, simple phrases. And and if you are interested, because I'm trying to talk what I've done earlier, if you are interested in learning more, I can say hello in the comment if you're watching this video, and if you're more interested in the context that I'm talking about, say hi and ask me questions, and let me know. I can send you the links to other videos that excuse me, that I have already recorded and posted. So go ahead and ask that in the comments if you are if you want to catch up on what I've done. And today I wanted to continue where I left off. I was talking earlier about how to drive traffic to the messenger bot, and I was using a method which is called landing page method, where you don't need a website. You basically don't need anything. You just need a Facebook business page, which even if you don't have, you can create very quick. That's I covered in one of the videos. And we can use this thing called landing page growth tool within ManyChat. ManyChat is the tool that we have been using to build messenger bots, and that's what I was talking earlier. So I'll continue to do that. If you are joining live, or if you're joining, if you're watching the replay, again, I invite you to say hello in comments, introduce yourself, ask questions, yeah. So I'm going to switch to the screen share mode, and that's kind of strange, right? Like on actual Facebook, there is a bit of delay compared to the tool I use. And okay, anyway, so here is our tool that we have been using, ManyChat, manychat.com. We have hooked it up. We created a dummy Facebook business page for this series of videos to just show you how all of this can be done, how you can build a messenger bot from scratch. And our Facebook business page name is TestBot. Not the greatest name, but that's what we ran with. And so that's what it shows. It's hooked up here. And on the left-hand column, we'll go to Growth Tools. We'll select Growth Tools. And this is on the top here is the landing page growth tool that we have been using. Like I said, if you are interested in kind of the previous videos, let me know in the comment, and I can post links to those videos, because they were on a different area. They were on my business page, so you might not be able to find on my profile section. So I see someone is this is struggling with this tool. I see someone is live joining. Please say hello in comment if you are joining, and ask me questions. If you're interested in learning more about messenger bots, ask me questions. But I'm going to continue here. So what we did so far was we used this landing page growth tool, and as I was mentioning, there are 4 steps here: initial step, submitted state, opt-in actions, and setup. Initial state is where you can design the parts of the landing page. You can have an image, headline, description, and button. We did that. We can configure, we can modify all of that. And the submitted state is what happens once user clicks the button. Once user clicks the send to messenger button right here, I'm kind of going back and forth, this blue button on the top right, on the bottom right. This is the thank you page. I mean, you might be familiar that, typically on a landing page, when you take action, you are sent to a thank you page. You might be sent to a thank you page where you basically thank the user for taking action, and also you make sure that you help them complete the action. So send to messenger means we wanted the user to click the button, but now we want to send them to the messenger app. So here the message is geared towards that. It says thank you for requesting the guide. The free guide is our lead magnet, and we are just kind of helping them, prompting that, okay, now need to go to messenger, because if they have the notifications turned off, they will not know. The messenger will not fire automatically. So it might be helpful. It may or may not fire based on how they have set up things on their mobile device or on their desktop. So we do that, and then I stopped at opt-in actions, right? So let's continue from there. Excuse me. So now the question is, once they reach Messenger, once they open the Messenger, Facebook Messenger app, then what, right? What does happen then? That's the question. And that's where the opt-in actions are meant to set that up. So here you'll see 2 things: opt-in message and add subscriber to sequence. So opt-in message is the first message that they will see once the messenger opens. And so there the tool populates a default message here, you see on the right side, which you can edit or you can replace with some other message. And once you kind of start using this tool, you'll be building several different messages, and this gives you ability to pick and replace this message, or just edit the message right here. So let's try and edit. So one thing to remember is name your growth tool on the top, right? Name your growth tool, like give it a meaningful name so that you remember what it is when you come back. I should have told you, like in my last video, you should name it as soon as you start creating the growth tool. So this is a landing page growth tool, right? Landing page free guide. I don't know, I'm just coming up with some name here. You can pick your name, and I just did that. And I'm going to go ahead and save, because it's like I was saying, parts of the tool you will have to explicitly save your work. So I just saved that, and let's go ahead and edit this thing. So I just clicked on the edit button and it brings me here. So this is the message editing or yeah, this is the message editing interface within ManyChat. Here you can edit messages, you can create flows, you can insert different components of the conversation. Like, you can have it not only supports text messages, it supports, if you see here below, it supports various different things. You can send images, you can send cards, galleries, list, you can send audio, video, files, delay element, and user input. So I talked about some of that, and I'll continue to talk as I go forward, and as and when I need to use them, I'll show all of them. So here the default message is welcome first name. Like I was saying, the tool has access to the user parameters that are public within the Facebook platform. So it has access to things like first name, last name, and other things that are made public. So if you click on that, and if you click on the drop down thing, then it'll show you things that are available. So here, first name, last name, full name, and page name, because sometimes user might be logged in or surfing as a page, right? Facebook page. So the message is saying welcome first name, thank you for subscribing, the next post is coming soon, stay tuned. So this is kind of a default message. Now we need to tailor this message in context of why the user is here, right? You should always put yourself in the user's shoes and imagine, kind of visualize what would user need to know so that user kind of understands that he is making progress along a journey. So the thing is, user was on the landing page and user requested a free guide, right? So that's the user's goal. He wants that free guide, and he's taking steps, and we are helping user take steps along that journey of him or her getting the free guide, right? So very important, remember that. So we said that, okay, if you want the free guide, click send to messenger button, remember, on the landing page. So then he expects that once he goes to messenger, he expects to see the free guide, right? So what do you do? So first of all, like setting the context. First of all, I think whenever user starts interacting with the bot should let user know that it's a bot, not a human being, right? So because this is messenger, people talk through messenger to their friends and family and co-workers on Facebook also, right? But also people send messages to businesses where they expect users to respond typically. Now here the bot is going to respond, right? So and different people have different opinions about it, but I have a strong opinion that the bot should always make it clear that it's a bot. So I would say something along the line that so if you say thank you for subscribing, it may be a little bit confusing, although that is the true statement, because as soon as user comes here, and as soon as user takes any action in Messenger, user clicks a button or types a message, they are subscribed, right? So they are being subscribed here, and that's why the default message. So yes, we do want to let them know that they are subscribed. More importantly, we do want to let them know that they can unsubscribe, right? Like that's something I've been kind of telling earlier. But we also want to tie in the context here, and the context is that the user is along a journey expecting a free guide. So we need to mention right away that he will get it, he or she will get it, right? So typically what I do is I say that welcome first name, this is, I'll say whatever the page or the person's bot, right? It's up to you, you can change. I'm gonna say this is Samir's bot. Thanks for stopping by, or thanks for checking us out. And then I say something like, can I use this chat to deliver the free guide you requested? Okay, 1 second. It's freezing a little bit, so anyways, now it's responding. Free guide you requested, and keep in touch. Okay, so like I said, I'm immediately gonna mention free guide because the user expects that. So can I use this chat to deliver the free guide you requested and keep in touch, right? And then what, right? Once we give the message, we expect a response from user, and that's the purpose of the bot. The bot will help user make it easy to respond, right? So that's why we use buttons here. So I'm going to use a button in this case. I'm going to say that yes, and no, right? So always give them choices, right? Just don't. Sometimes it might make sense to give user just one choice, but typically try to give them few choices so that, because then the user feels that the user has control. And when the user means the person that's interacting with the messenger or the messenger bot here. So I am, okay, I'm gonna continue because I don't see any questions. So I'm gonna continue with what I'm doing here. Now the thing is, so these are the two options we give the user, that yes, the user wants to keep in touch, or no, they may not, right? They may change their mind, and we should always be kind of, we should be aware that user wants choices, and we should always give user choices. Don't just assume that, user is going to do something. I mean, of course, user may just stop interacting if you don't give them choices. But if you give enough choices, then you'll increase engagement, because then user will continue to engage. And that's kind of beneficial for both of you, right? Because if you continue to engage, it's easier for you to find out what the user wants, and you can kind of take future steps accordingly. But if you just give them less options, then user will just get frustrated, leave the conversation, and you will not know that, what they really wanted, what they were looking for. Anyways, so now, as I've described earlier, whenever you come up with a button, we have to tie an action, right? We have to define what will happen when user presses the button. So here, if user says yes, the natural subsequent action is deliver the guide, right? So let's do that. So as I said, click on the button and it'll give you the choices. It'll give you the choices what action you want to connect with that button. You can send message, you can send them to a website, you can make them call a number, you can go to a flow, you can go to an already defined conversation, or select existing step. Then you can go and select from existing things that you already built. Okay. We are going to select send message because we are going to deliver the guide through a message. There are different ways. You can even send them to a website and deliver guide there and do that. But there's a reason. There is a valid reason sometimes for you to send them to a website. But for this case, whenever you want to deliver a guide, it's better to keep them within the messenger environment and deliver the guide right there, because that's what they are expecting. So do it as soon as you can. You don't want to keep sending them back and forth, right? Because otherwise they will leave. They will go away. So the first step when you select out of those 5 or 6 options is you have to do it twice. I mean, you have to click on the send message twice, because when you select first time, it says that okay, now you made the selection. The second time is when it lets you edit, right? When it lets you edit that. So if you remember from my previous videos, and most likely you don't, and if you're more interested, type in and I'll give you the links what I'm talking about. There are 2 views. This is the basic view. This is the default view of defining conversations or flows or editing text messages. I suggest you switch to the flow builder, because that's a more that's a better visual interface, in my opinion, of kind of visualizing the conversational flows. Say, a conversation between two humans, two entities is like a tree, like there is one message, one person sends out one message, and the other person has several choices in terms of how the person will respond. And for each choices, the previous person has more choices. So, it's like a tree with one root and then having several branches, and each branch node having several sub branches. So that you can see that visualization here, right? If I'm talking is abstract and it doesn't make sense, that's the whole purpose of this interface, that it lets you visualize. So as you can see, this is the root of our tree. Starting step, we gave two options to the other party, and then now we are defining what will happen. So for yes, what you want to do is deliver the guide, right? So you say so the message is, here's the guide. Tap or click below to open and read it, right? So you say that, and then there's the file, right? Because the guide is a file, and I'm going to upload a file here. Okay, so hopefully I can find the file now. Okay, right here. I hope, yeah, that's the thing that I came up with. There you go. That's the PDF, right? So so we are saying, here's the guide. Tap or click below to open and read it. So we delivered the guide. Now you can minimize this area. Now we still haven't defined we haven't tied the no button. Okay. So maybe what I'm gonna do is for this, so let's just define what should we do when the user says no. Even though user requested on the landing page that I'm interested in guide, but we are reaffirming that whether they're really interested in guide or not. It's good to kind of ask user again, because the user might not have been certain what he or she was expecting, and now the user can change their mind. So for no, right? So here is the in visual interface. This is what you can do. Start from that square, click on that, and I'll give you this link, and then in that open canvas area you can click again, and I'll give you this option, send message. And then it'll let you edit the message. You can say, no problem. Is there anything else I can help you with? Right? We are affirming. We are not here to force our guide to someone who doesn't want that. We are just affirming that they don't want it right now. So that's okay. The other thing is, you in your first or second message, clarify that they can unsubscribe, right? Because once they land here, they are already subscribed, or at least once they have interacted. They're not subscribed when they land on Messenger. They have to take an action. They have to either click a button or they have to type a message. Once they do one of those two things, they will be subscribed. So that brings another very important point. And you might feel overwhelmed because I'm talking about several different things, and that's okay. If you don't understand, ask me what it is, and I'll be kind of doing this thing repeatedly so many times, so you will understand what I mean. But if you take a step back, what we are doing here is, once we are defining the conversational flow, once the user lands on Messenger, right? Now, what is the first thing they see when they land on Messenger? Okay, what's the first thing they see when they click on the landing page, when they click the button? Okay, so let me show you. Let me go back here. So I'm going to go back to the growth tool. I'm going to open the thing here. And so this is the preview of the landing page. This is how on the right side, what you see here, that's how the landing page will look like. And once they click on this messenger button, what will happen, right? That's what we are kind of wondering here. So once they click on that, see here I have Facebook open. So hold on 1 second. So if you notice, it opened the messenger window here. I hope you can see, yeah. So it opened the messenger window here, and it's actually giving me the default message. Welcome Samir, thank you for subscribing. Why it's still giving the default message? Because the message flow that I was building, I haven't published it. Okay, so it's still using the default message. But the thing I'm trying to tell you is I am already subscribed to TestBot, and I think what I'll do in next video is I'll try to show this in action. This is not the first thing they will see. Whenever a user lands on a messenger for the first time, like a new entities messenger, a new business pages messenger, when a user lands on a new business pages messenger where they haven't interacted in the past, first thing they'll see is a get started button at the bottom. That's what they will see. This is not that they will see. They will not see the message like this. They will not see the default message. They will see a get started button at the bottom. And like, I think it's called a greeting. And I'll explain later on where the greeting comes from. And they will only see our message that we are designing after they click get started button. And once they click get started button, they are subscribed to your messenger bot list or messenger list. So that's why they have this type of default message. The default message says thank you for subscribing. Now once they land on the messenger, if they don't click, they'll see the get started button first. If they don't click on the get started button, you might remember, you might have seen whenever you first launch a business's messenger, you'll see a get started button at the bottom. And you have to click on that before you can subscribe. You get subscribed. So once they click, they'll get this default message unless you change it. And now because they have clicked on that get started button, they are subscribed, and that's why the default message is talking about thank you for subscribing, right? That's the whole thing I was trying to build up to. So hopefully tomorrow I will show you that first. And okay, so I hope it makes a little bit of sense. It may not have made sense, that's okay. Like, I will repeat one more time. Ask me if something is unclear. Type in the comment your question, but I'm going to cover that anyways several times. Each of the things I'm mentioning here, I'm going to repeat some of the things in order to kind of, become more familiar with it. So give me 1 second. So we are almost there at half an hour mark. So we were here. So let's just publish the message that we're editing. All right, let's just publish it. So I'm right here. I defined both actions, yes and no. And yeah, so one thing I was saying, clarify that they can unsubscribe. Okay. So let me do that here. You can do it in the first message also. So maybe perhaps we can do that. If any time you want to stop receiving messages, just type stop or unsubscribe. That's it. So we let them know that how they can unsubscribe right away, and then I'm going to publish. Okay, so I published that. Sorry about that. And we can preview that. So once I click preview, open in Messenger. Here, if I click here, right there, you see the message that we just came up with. Sorry. Right here, it says, welcome Samir. This is Samir Park, because it's just me greeting myself in a way. So thanks for stopping by. If anytime you want to stop receiving messages, just type stop or unsubscribe. Can I use this chat to deliver the free guide you requested and keep in touch? If I type yes, it should show me the guide basically, right? So right there, here's the guide. Tap or click below to open and read it. So there you go. That's for today. Again, just a reminder, this is Samir, and we are talking about how to build Facebook Messenger bots, marketing messenger bots for your business. And if you happen to catch this replay, say hello and type in your questions, and I will see you tomorrow, because I plan on going live every single day. I will be setting up a reminder, so you can use it if you would like, but otherwise I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a great rest of the day. Bye.